Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Math Unlocked, and I'm your favorite host, Mrs. Rhodes-Grierson. We're factorizing expressions, which means that you would have watched the video on how to identify factors of a term. You've watched the video. If you have not watched that video as yet, you're going to pause here and go and watch the video on how to identify the factors first, because we're going to utilize that knowledge here in how to factorize an expression. So here I have the expression 9x plus 6. I want to factorize that expression, 9x plus 6. First I'm going to do is to look at each term by itself and what are the factors of that term. So I have the term 9x and I'm going to list the factors of 9x. Remember we spoke about the first whole number factor of any term is the number 1. Then I'm looking at the number 9. And I notice that 9 is also divisible by 3 and 9 is divisible by 9. Notice I said divisible because we're dividing when we find our factors. 9x is also divisible by x, and it's also divisible by itself, which is the number 9x. So I've listed all the factors of 9x. I need to list the factors of 6. First I'm going to list 1. 6 is also divisible by 2. 6 is also divisible by 3, and it's divisible by itself. How do I factorize? When you factorize, you're looking for the highest common factor. We're looking for the highest common factor. So look amongst these two sets to see what's the highest common factor. The number that they have in common is the number 3. So the highest common factor is 3. We're going to factorize by doing a product of, which means that I'm going to rewrite this statement with the highest common factor multiplying, because the factor 3 will multiply what to give me 3, and it will multiply what to give me 9x. So this is what they have in common. What they have in common will be outside the bracket. The bracket here is implying that 3 is multiplying some number plus 3 is multiplying some other number. There are two terms here. So I have hold position for the two terms. The operation is addition. The 3 is the common factor. 3 multiplies what to give me 9x? 3 multiplies 3x to give us 9x. And 3 multiplies what to give us 6? 3 multiplies 2 to give us 6. So this expression here is the factorized version of 9x plus 6. Alright, we continue. Look at this expression. The expression of 3x minus 3. My first term is 3x. I'm going to write down the factors. 1, 3, x, and 3x. The factors of 3, 1, and 3. Now, what do they have in common? Because we're trying to find the highest common factor. The highest common factor would have been 3. I'm going to put 3 on the outside. 3 will multiply what? There are two terms here, so I'm going to account for my two terms and my subtraction. So by first term, what does 3 multiply to give me 3x? 3 will multiply x to give me 3x. So therefore this term here would have been x. What does 3 multiply to give me 3? 3 multiplies 1 to give me 3. So it therefore means that the factorized version of this expression would have been 3 open bracket x minus 1. Continue with me. We have the expression 5p squared plus 2p. I'm going to write the factors of 5p squared first. 5 factors of 5, 1 and 5. Factors of p squared would have been p and p squared, and all together the next factor would have been 5p squared. Factors of 2p, 1, 2 and p. Don't leave out 2p. Now, what is the highest common factor? Because the numbers, I noticed that the numbers are not common, but I realize that p is common. P is common. So it means that the factor that I'm taking to use to multiply will be not the factor of p. So p multiplies what? Two terms to give us back our original expression. P P will multiply 5P, because notice here, this is P squared. So if I must put 5P, because P multiplies 5P to give us 5P squared. What does P multiply to give us 2P? P will multiply 2. So the factorized version of 5P squared plus 2P would have been P, open bracket, 5P plus 2. Of course, you're going to do one with me. So you're going to factorize question number 1 and 2, expression number 1 and 2, and post your answers in the comment. How would you factorize it? What is your answer?